Hello everyone, my name is Milton, and I'm here reacting to Star Wars movies. Although, you can probably tell I'm not a young guy, I'm 43 years old. I've never seen Star Wars movies. In fact, I've not seen much of anything. Up until recently, I lived in a small religious community called the Sibling Brotherhood up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It was led by a man named Brother Brad, and we worshipped the Babylonian deity Marduk. Just a short time ago, Brother Brad and a lot of people, a part of our community, were arrested in a federal raid because apparently the First Amendment doesn't cover the manufacture and distribution of hallucinogenics. Since that happened, I've come to live with my third cousin Daniel. He offered to take me in, and I thought this would be a good place, you know, while I'm living here to get caught up on some pop culture. And I've already done the first Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back. Addressing something that happened in the last video, I swear I've learned my lesson. I feel really silly about it. If you see The Empire Strikes Back video, you'll know what I'm talking about. Let's just say that I've learned how to use the pause button, and not to get up in haste ever again, or else you might miss some important things. Just a quick catch-up in terms of what's been happening in my life since we last spoke. I started working at a local grocery store here doing night stock. The work's okay, but, you know, all I have to compare it to is beet farming, and I hated beet farming. I spent most of my time stocking shelves with a guy named Cliff. I've only really just started to get to know him. It's interesting, even though he's working at a grocery store, I get the idea he's an important person. The reason I have that idea is because clearly people need to keep in communication with him all the time, because he's got one of those pager things, and it's always on his ankle no matter what's going on, so I'm assuming that means he's an important person. Going forward, there's been a lot of talk here in terms of what I should be doing next. Should I keep going with Star Wars? Should I check out other things? I think right now, as far as movies go, I'm going to keep going with Star Wars. I'm either going to do Rogue One or Episode 1 next. Another thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reacting to music. Within the Sibling Brotherhood, we did get to listen to some popular music because Brother Brad himself played the guitar. He fancied himself a singer-songwriter. He said there were three big bands, the big bands, the pillars he called them. That was the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, and Casey and the Sunshine Band. He claims that he actually helped write songs for all three bands, but even before I got my horizons broadened and everything, I was really doubtful that that was true. And the reason why is Brother Brad's music, the songs he wrote, the songs he performed, let's just say that there was a pretty big gap in terms of quality between the songs that he performed for us that he did and what we got to listen to from those bands. Brother Brad wrote a lot of songs that he would perform for us, and they had titles like Coolest Guy in the Room, Women Love Me, Number One Man, Top Man, I'm Irresistible, Other Men Fear Me, Women Tremble Before Me, I'm the Man, The Breakup Was My Idea, Object of Womanly Desire, Object of Male Envy, Bohemian Rhapsody, You Can't Fire Me Because I Quit, Manliest Man in Town, More Man Than Other Men, and what he called a concept album he was working on called You Call It Insecurity, I Call It More Man Than You Can Handle. As you can tell by the titles, they weren't great songs, so I'm going to be happy to get in some real music. So without any more ado, as I've heard people say, let's get into The Return of the Jedi, which I'm really looking forward to because it's the finale of the original Star Wars trilogy, and I'm going to find out how everything ends up. I get goosebumps on my arms now when I see those words. So does that mean it's a new type of space station, or they're building a new Death Star? Which one is it? It's definitely a new Death Star. So they're building another Death Star. Got it. You gotta hand it to Vader. The guy knows how to make an entrance. Ooh, well, watch your tone. There's one thing we learned in the last movie, is you don't talk back to Darth Vader. It's a good way to get yourself choked to death.
We should double our efforts. I hope so, Commander, for your sake. The Emperor is not as forgiving as I am.
The Emperor is not as forgiving as I am? Again, this is a guy who chokes people to death for screwing up? The heck does the Emperor do? Like, make their heads explode? Wow. Jabba the Hutt is the guy who Han owed money to when we saw in the first movie. You know, I have to tell you, you can tell that special effects have gotten better from the first movie to this movie. You can tell because in the first movie, Jabba the Hutt, when Luke saw him under the Millennium Falcon, he looked like a big cartoon. He didn't look very real, and now he looks way more real, like he's actually in the room. So clearly, special effects had gotten a lot better between the first movie and the third movie. Because they're giving them jobs, I see, because Luke gave them to. Ooh. This reminds me of, in our community, in the sibling brotherhood, when you were 15, your education was done and you were assigned jobs within the community. And I wanted to work on the trucks and the machines and stuff. I'd wanted to do that since I was a little kid, but Brother Brad didn't like me much. I got put into farming, specifically the beet farming. I hate beets, hated beet farming. What is going on here? There's like a musical number with aliens? This place does remind me, though, of a real place. Just outside of Hancock, Michigan, up in the Upper Peninsula where we live, there was a bar called the Winner's Circle, which was always an ironic name because I don't know that I would have put the label winner on anyone who used to go there. Every once in a while, if you got stuck with the job, you had to go there and collect Brother Brad on a Saturday night. I guess there's some sort of a plan going on here, but I have a hard time guessing what it is. Everyone just shows up and they're being given a job, or they're prisoners, or I guess I don't quite see what the plan is yet. Hate seeing my guy like this. I'd mentioned in the earlier movies, Han and Chewie are my two favorite characters. When I was a kid, I had an obsession with Sasquatch, legends of the Sasquatch out in the woods. I used to irritate my mom. I'd go out there and try to set traps for Sasquatch. So it's sort of like Chewie. And Han Solo just has this attitude, that whole whatever type attitude that in some ways I relate a lot with Luke Skywalker. Han Solo is kind of like who I'd fantasize about being. So I hate seeing him like this. Yeah! Yeah, my boy's back. Oh, I don't know why it never even occurred to me that could be Leia.
I gotta get you out.
Is this our boy? Someone stole a move from his dad. Now he's choking people? I mean, he's dressed in black and choking people? I mean, assuming he's still a good guy, right? To be honest with you, Princess Leia in a bikini, that's cool, but she's got like a chain on her, so she's like a slave in that or something, and that just feels like wrong. I like how Leia was the one who was bossing everybody around and no one was going to tell her what to do, so seeing her like this, I mean, honestly, it's uncomfortable.
Or be destroyed. It's your choice, but I warn you not to underestimate my...
I like this new thing Luke's got going where he walks all cool and collected. What's coming from behind this door? Whoa! Wow. Okay, again, I'm going to assume that's some sort of puppet or something. I like how they set it up to where it looks like it's huge. he's just like slurping it up. I love little details like that. Oh. Oh! Oh! Is it weird that I feel a little sorry for the monster? Again, I just don't like seeing Leia like that.
Free us or die.
How did Luke get to be so cool, man? Seriously, Luke is vying with Han in the coolness category in this movie. Oh, sweet! Oh, this one, it's green. Well, I didn't know there were green lightsabers. It is so cool. I feel like, unlike the last movies, like Luke is really a Jedi. He seemed over his head in Empire Strikes Back, but this one, he's owning it. That guy always looked cool, but that was a pretty silly way to die. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about! Choke that slug! That's the Leia I know. Yes! Yeah! Luke and Leia swinging again. Whoa! Yeah. At the very beginning of the movie, I thought it was a little kind of slow, as like they were all coming in one by one. You know, that part more than made up for it. That was great. Wow, this must be the Emperor. Wow, it's interesting seeing him for real. We saw him like on a screen or something in the last movie. It's like a video of him. Just like what I said before, where like he seemed like this old, wrinkled old man, kind of messed up old man, but he is threatening. I mean, he is intimidating. It's funny, he shouldn't be, but he is.
Soon will I rest? Yes. Forever sleep.
Are you telling me Yoda's gonna die?
Your father is.
Wow. You can tell it hurts that Luke hurts, because Luke's had all these different ideas about who his father was. At first, you know, his aunt and uncle told him he was a farmer and that's just what he grew up with. Then he finds out that his dad was this great hero that was betrayed by this evil Sith Lord. And then it's like, no, your dad's not even a great hero and he's not a nobody farmer. He's the big bad guy. Can you imagine what that would do to you? Yeah, that's what he's talking about at the end of the last movie. He said there's another Skywalker. He said there's another Skywalker. He disappears just like Obi-Wan did. Hopefully that means, you know, he'll be a ghost. Luke will still be able to talk to him. Think about that. He's 900 years old, right? Everything Yoda's seen, everything he's experienced, 900 years. It's gone with him.
Was seduced by the dark side of the Force. He ceased to be Anakin Skywalker and became Darth Vader.
That's pretty weak if you ask me. How about Luke, I lied because I didn't want you to know the truth, because the truth is painful.
Yoda spoke of another.
The other he spoke of is your twin sister.
Twin sister. We haven't heard anything about his sister, have we?
Leia is my sister.
Leia is his sister? That kind of feels like it came out of nowhere. Did they do anything to, like, hint at that? Did I miss some things? I like this guy. He's like a merman. Okay, so we've had a desert planet, a swamp planet, an ice planet. Now I guess this planet's a big forest. I mentioned the last one. I knew about snow and ice and everything, but I'll tell you what, forests, I know about the woods too. If there's one thing I really miss about being with the sibling brotherhood, it was the woods that ran up to our property, where my friend Jacob and I used to, you know, setting Sasquatch traps, just playing hide and seek, just whatever in the woods. I really miss the woods. Of course, these woods look a lot bigger than the ones we had. I wonder, are they in like real woods, or my cousin Daniel says it's called a set where they film it. I wonder if they made a set with those big trees, or if they're like actually trees that big. I don't know. I haven't, not that I've seen, but I've only seen woods around here. You know, Han doesn't so much fight stormtroopers as much as just fling them around. Whoa, they are flying through the woods, man. Okay, I know there's, you know, this isn't real and we're not supposed to take it as real, but I'm telling you right now, my friend Jacob and I used to take bikes out into the woods and just ride our bikes through the woods as fast as we could. And I mean, we were going like, what, 10, 12 miles an hour? And let's just say that we hit a few trees in our time. So I can't even imagine trying to avoid trees at like, whatever, like 200-300 miles an hour, however fast they're going. Oh man, I'm getting excited every time Luke fires out that lightsaber. Man, it's such a difference in this movie with Luke. He is so cool now. It's funny, I'm so used to them coming across horrible, dangerous creatures. The last thing I was expecting was a teddy bear. What's going on here? I think I know what this is. Is it? Is it? It's a Sasquatch trap.
Nice work.
I told you, my friend Jacob and I, we used to, like, set Sasquatch traps, thinking we'd get a Sasquatch someday, and here it's actually happening. I'm telling you, these movies are crazy. It's like all my childhood fantasies stuffed into movies. On one hand, they're cute and cuddly teddy bears. On the other hand, they're about to cook and eat people alive, which makes them kind of terrifying.
He's my father.
If you think that's surprising, I got another bombshell for you.
My sister has it. Yes.
That's right.
Somehow, I've always known.
Oh, so Leia, you've always known? Does that include when you laid a big kiss on him in the last movie? I think that's creepy, and I was in a cult.
He won't suit your feelings, Father. You can't do this. I feel the conflict within you. Let go of your hate.
I want this to work for Luke, but I'm feeling nervous for him. Is he really going to take off on one of those things? Is it me, or is this one just a little, goofier than the other two? I'll be honest, this part is stressing me out. I get that Luke wants to turn his father. In fact, I like that. I like that that's his approach, but I don't think you're going to win over this Emperor guy with kind words.
We'll find that it is you who are mistaken about a great many things.
I'm really
By now you must know your
starting to hate the Emperor. I mean, I know I'm supposed to, but just so arrogant. I'm just telling you how it's going to be, and you're going to do it. Let's just say I've been talked to that way before by people, or a person. I know how hard it is to even just hold your tongue in that case.
It is pointless to resist, my son.
Again, I'm stressing out. You're saying, hate leads to the dark side. I give it. I hate this guy. I hate this guy. I know the type. He's been running the show for so long. He's used to everyone telling him that he's right, so he just assumes that whatever he says is going to happen is what's going to happen. And that you're ridiculous for questioning it. And it's just that arrogance. That arrogance. Oh, space battle. This is the thing that's got me excited. All them checking in. I'm excited about the whole thing, but the great space battle is, for me, that's the best part. Wow! This is even more exciting for me than the first one they were coming on the Death Star. Whoa! Oh my god! Oh, this is oh, sorry, I'm running out of words. This is like it's like a giant space battle. Oh, that's so great. Oh. I'm telling you right now, you take the Emperor, you dumb him down, give him about, 130 pounds and a mullet, and you got Brother Brad. I remember being talked down to just like that.
You, like your father, are now mine.
I seriously just want to punch him through the screen. I want to punch him through the screen. Okay, I guess the teddy bears are fighting. See, it's what I told you. They're all cute and cuddly on one hand, but they were just giggling as they beat some stormtroopers to death. They're vicious. To me, these things kind of flimsy. And look what they did there. This time she got to say, I know. This is nothing like the last time. I mean, I feel like Luke is actually on Darth Vader's level in terms of, like, the lightsaber fighting and stuff. So much for controlling his anger. Luke just appears to be overpowering him. He's doing the same thing to Darth Vader that Darth Vader did to him. He's falling into the Emperor's trap.
Take your father's place at my side.
Screw you. Seriously. Wow.
You failed, Your Highness. I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
I got goosebumps when he said that. That's probably the bravest thing Luke's done.
So be it.
Yeah! Whoa! I think they needed to get further away from it than that. That was quite the explosion. But the shield's down now, right? Yeah, they can attack. Oh god, what's he gonna do? Is he like shooting lightning from his hands? I know anyone can even do that. Oh my god. Oh my god, my blood pressure's through the roof. Is Vader just gonna freaking stand there while his son, he's like killing his son. And he's just, come on. Jesus, oh my god. Oh my god, he did it. Saved his son. I'm sorry, he did, he saved him. Luke was right. Luke was right. Okay, enough of that. let's go to space fights again. Yeah! Yeah! Oh man, that is, wow. Look at that. Boom! I don't know why, but that was just really satisfying to see. You know, it's scary on the outside. I guess how everybody saw him. The black armor's scary. He's just like a sad old man underneath it all.
To save you, Father.
Oh. This isn't what I was expecting from like how things would resolve with Darth Vader, but it's actually, I like it a lot better than kind of what I imagined it would be. I have some strong thoughts on why that is. I'll share them after the movie's done. Luke just did something I think kind of amazing there. Boom! Jesus, you're in the middle of it. Get going. Holy crap. Boom! That's 2 Death Stars blown up by the good guys. Yeah, we were all surprised to hear it too, huh? Of course, sad that his father couldn't live through it, but I mean, think what Luke did for him, right? Just because of the decision Luke made, what he did for his father, what he gave him a chance to be before he died, it's pretty amazing. Darth Vader went from like the thing terrorizing the galaxy to the thing that saved the galaxy. Wow, this really is the end, isn't it? This has been a little bit more than just watching a few movies to me. This has been a journey for me, too. Wow. Okay, is that Darth Vader? Is that what Darth Vader used to look like? Alright. Wow. At the end there, I felt like I was saying goodbye to some friends. Characters in this movie have become like my friends, and I'm gonna miss them, so... Okay, that was it. So that was Return of the Jedi. The end of the whole thing, the whole saga. Well, I guess not the whole saga. I know there's more Star Wars movies, but I almost feel like, you know, that was a complete story by itself. You could almost just watch those. I'm really curious what happens in the movies that take place after it. I mean, I've got some idea of what happens before it, of course. The Princess Leia being Luke's sister thing, I guess that just didn't feel as sort of like natural as the rest of everything else. I guess at the end it's fine. For me, the whole thing, though, was Luke and Vader relationship and what was going to happen with that. That was what the whole movie hung on, and I was not disappointed by that part. What really struck me was this. Obi-Wan and Yoda both basically told Luke, you have to kill your father. Which, I mean, I have to be honest with you, for people who are supposed to be like, I guess, high-thinking or noble and stuff, the idea that you have no choice but to kill your father, I mean, that sounds bad. And I love that Luke basically said, no, I'm not going to kill my father. Because think of it this way. Had he fought Darth Vader and defeated Darth Vader and killed Darth Vader and then went after the Emperor. Well, he's either going to join the Emperor's going to shoot him with the lightning things, right? Because if that had happened, Luke would have failed. I mean, maybe the Death Star would have blown up, but maybe the Emperor gets out, but the Emperor would not have been defeated. Luke defeated the Emperor because he came to his father with love. He came to his dad saying, I want to redeem you. I know there's good in you. I'm going to bring that good out. That moment where Vader saved Luke, even just talking about it right now, you can tell I'm like really worked up about it. It resonated very deeply for me because I've had to live under, I mean, again, not the Emperor. Brother Brad definitely couldn't shoot lightning out of his fingers. I'm sure a couple of years longer, and if he had continued taking the drugs, he might have thought he could, but he couldn't. But I mean, he was, I'm going to just say it, he was demeaning to me. My entire life under him, he was completely demeaning to me, always telling me that he had my number. He talked to me like the Emperor talked to Luke. I never got to have the moment with Brother Brad where I showed him up, where I told him off. I said, no, I'm better than you. I never got that with him. But, I mean, I guess maybe I didn't really need it. Let's just put it this way. This stuff's been going on YouTube, the internet. Maybe this stuff will circulate in prison, and all I can say is, Brother Brad, if you're watching this, I'm living in this nice house with family who loves me and having this exciting journey with movies and a new life, and how's your prison cell? So, again, please make sure to hang out here. Make sure you subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm going to be delving further into Star Wars movies, and coming up here on Christmas, my first Christmas with family, by the way. Very excited about that. Even though we're under quarantine with the whole COVID thing right now, I'm here with my cousin and his family, and frankly, it's looking to be a nicer Christmas than I've ever had. I'm really looking forward to it. Starting in the coming week, I'm going to be doing some music. We're gonna see what music I haven't been introduced to and what I think of it. So if you have any suggestions for what I should be listening to next, put it below. I'm eager to hear what you think I should be hearing. Please like, share, subscribe to my cousin's channel here, and I'll see you next time.